Hi everyone, welcome to another video. So in this video, I'm going to explain how to insert a node at beginning in linked list. Okay, so let's see first what a node is. Okay, so in linked list, a node is consist of two parts. Okay, the first one is the data and the second one is the pointer. In data part we can insert any type of data, like it can be integer, it can be character, any kind of data we can store here in this data part. Okay, so the next part is pointer. Here, this part I am giving name here to this pointer next, which will store the address of the next node. Okay, so in data part we can store any type of data. In pointer is going to store the address of the next node. Okay, so we are also having another pointer here which is start, which is going to store the address of the first node. I hope this node is clear to you what a node is. So basically you can say a node consists of two parts, data and the pointer. In data we can store any kind of data. Like we can store here any integer value like 1. We can store here any character value, you can say name, any type of data according to your requirement. In pointer we store the address of the next node. Okay, and this start pointer is going to store the address of the first node. Okay, now for example I am having a two node here. Okay, this is node 1, this is node 2. Here I am storing a integer value like for example 1, here 2. So the address of this first node is 100 and second node is 200. So this node is going to store the address of the next node. Next node is this, the address of next node is 200, so 200 will be here. Now these nodes are connected. So I already told you that there is another pointer called star. Start. Start is going to store the address of the first node. Our first node is this. So the address of first node is 100. So 100 will be here. And now this is connected to this node. So this is how our nodes in linked list is connected with each other. Okay. So now see how we can create a node in C. Okay, to create a node in C, we are not going to use variable here. Why? Because see, a node is consist of multiple variables. Like we have one variable data, another variable pointer. This node is having more than one variable. So in that case, we are going to use structure. Okay, because when we have to use multiple variables inside a single unit, then we are going to use structure. The second reason why we are going to use a structure here, see, in this data part you can store any type of value like integer and character. Suppose I am giving in data part character value like name. In pointer we are having the address of the next node, so the pointer can be 100. Okay, so both this type are different. Okay, so when we are using two different data type into a single unit, then we are going to use structure. Okay, I hope you already know about the structure. We use structure when we have to use different data types. So here we are going to use different data types. That's why we are using structure here. This is also the reason why we use structure while creating a node. Okay, now how to create a structure? To create a structure, the syntax is this, like the struct keyword and the name of structure and then curly braces start, then the in the end of the curly braces semicolon. So inside this structure we are going to make our these two parts of a nodes. Okay, so see, I create a structure here node. Okay, this is the syntax. Firstly we have to use struct keyword and then we are giving the name of this structure node. And then inside this curly braces, I'm creating two parts of a node. See, data and pointer. So here I create a data. I am going to give integer value inside this data. That's why the data type of this data is int. Okay, another, I'm creating a next pointer here, which is going to store the address of the next node. That's why I use struct node data type here. Okay, after that I create some another pointers like start, which is going to store the address of the first node. nn nn is the name of the node. Okay, like we create a structure here na, so the blueprint is created. This is a blueprint, this is created, and name of this node is nn. Okay, so also I am using here temp. Temp is also a pointer which will help to display the data or traverse the data. So I created a function here void inside bag, and inside this I am giving a variable v, which will be the value the data that user want to insert. Okay, after that, see, now we created this node by using this structure. Now the name of this node is nn. So see, this node is created and the name of this node is nn. Okay, now we have to allocate a memory to this node also. So how we can allocate a memory to this node? Using malloc function. Okay, malloc is a dynamic memory allocation during runtime. So I am using a malloc function here which will allocate memory to this node. Suppose it allocate memory to this node 100. Okay, so we are having value address of this node is 100. Okay, now we are going to insert value in this node. Now here in data part we are going to insert integer value. So how you can insert? Simply just write n arrow data is equal to v because when user calling this function na, the value user will give that will automatically come in this part. Okay, so we are going to use n arrow data is equal to v. Now what is this arrow? This arrow means go to the structure and access this part inside the structure using pointer. Okay, that's the meaning of this arrow. Okay, so suppose user gives 5 value, so 5 will come here. Okay, now the another part which is pointer is empty. Now we have to fill this part also. Okay, so in this part what we have to write? We have to write and next is equal to start. So we are initializing here start is equal to null, so null will be here. Okay, okay, our this work is done. Now our node is having all the values, but in so this start is going to store the address of this node, right, which is 100. So 100 should be here. To put 100 here, we have to write start is equal to nn. That means the address of nn, which is 100, is going to be here. So when we write this line, our start is going to connect with the first node. So this is how we insert a node in our linked list at beginning. Now to display this, we are creating another function here, display. Temp is a pointer. We make the temp start. That means temp is here. We will we will continue while going when our temp not equal to null. When temp is not getting null, then it is going to print all the values, all the data inside our linked list, and then it is moving next to next until it is not getting null. Okay, so after this inside our main, we are going to call insert bag function. Insert bag, we are giving here 5. So 5 will be our first node value. Display to display the value. If you do not write display now, it will not display you the value. Okay, so when we write insert bag 5, so 5 is going to be our first value. If you write another value, so you have to call again insert bag 4 and then display to display the value. So before 5, 4 will come because we are inserting at the beginning now. So now this is not our beginning. Our beginning is now 4. Okay. So this is how you can insert the node at the beginning. Let's see again. When you are inserting 4 now, so we already have 5 uh, in our linked list. So now we are going to insert 4 also here. So suppose user gives 4 value. Now here what should come here? The suppose the address of this node is 200. Okay, so now this is our starting node. So 200 should be here in the start. So 200 should be here. So this link is destroyed. Now start is pointing to this node. Now in this node we are going to store the address of the previous node, which is 100. So now this node is going to connect with this.